Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'll be going over my fourth and final round game from the second Cleveland Go Club rating tournament that was held on October 29th. If you didn't see my last video, I did end up losing my third round game, so I'm currently 2-1 in the tournament, heading into the final round. My fourth round opponent is somebody who I basically play every tournament because he's the closest person to my strength at these local events. And we did play in the last Cleveland Go Club rating tournament earlier this year. And I did end up winning that, and that was even at 4 stones. But even keeping that in mind, Michael did end up winning the 2-dan division at the Go Congress this year, I believe winning all of his games. So he's definitely gotten stronger, so I wasn't going to let off the gas because I knew I had beaten him at 4 stones earlier in the year. Plus, in that game, he really just made one blunder, and that cost him the game. It wasn't like him playing poorly the entire time. It was just me getting lucky right at the end, basically. So, keeping that in mind, I was also trying to shake off my third round loss that I was not happy with, so I was trying to turn things around and again try to keep a clear mind so that my last game would not affect me in this game. But yes, without further ado, let's start. Before we even started, I jokingly thanked Michael for allowing me to have one empty corner at the start of my games, because we only had to play 3 stones as opposed to 4 or more. So I appreciated that I got to play in an empty corner for once this tournament. But yeah, pretty normal. Can't say anything about these moves. And then, of course, even in a 3-stone game, I like to get 3/3 invasion. Black blocks and then plays here. And in most cases, I would just normally just play here, keep things simple. But I don't know if I was trying to prove myself for my last game or what, but I had just simply decided, okay, let's play this one. Now, if black wanted to, we could still keep this simple, like maybe black pulls back, we would do something like this, and then we move on. Or black maybe goes here, and then I extend, and it's, again, black could go elsewhere. But the big complications start once black goes here. And if you don't know, this Joseki is called the Flying Dagger. Think of the Flying Dagger Joseki as kind of the new AI Avalanche or Taisha, meaning it's very complicated and very long, and messing it up generally means you're gonna lose the game because the Josekis take up basically a quadrant of the board. So you need to make sure you know what you're doing if you're doing these. Now, I have some idea of how to do these. Of course, though, there are so many variations that if your opponent comes prepared and plays a variation you don't know, you could be in a lot of trouble. And that's why even players around my level and weaker should probably avoid this, because it's very grueling. Yes, and it starts with here, and just to show you kind of a sneak peek, if you will, the problem here is, for both sides, is after something like this, and like this, sorry, Atari first maybe? Yeah, even here I'm like, what do you do? But like this, again, this is probably just one variation. I won't go through all of it, but you can see white's not alive here, black's not alive here, white's not alive here, and black has all these weaknesses on the right side. So there are just so many things to keep track of. And again, if any one of these die, it's quite bad, because when you have cutting stones, once you capture one of the cutting stones, your stones are automatically connected, or your opponent's. So, yeah, very complicated. Now, because black chose to go here, I thought black would at least start this variation by going here. But then black just does this, which I think is smart if you don't know the variations. But if you don't know the variations, then I think black should just go here or go here, because this is going to give black a better result than what black got in the game. Because capturing these 2 stones secures white's corner, of course. But then after also black fixes, black's connected, but there's a lot of Aji. So of course I can peep, and I can leave it now, but because of the stone at Q2, moves like this are threatening to connect under. Like if black goes here, I can Hane, and notice now I can cut, because the stone at Q2 is already protecting my stone at O2. So that means the bottom side is, for the most part, pretty wide open, actually. So if black like fixes that weakness somehow, then I can extend, and you can see the bottom side is all but basically destroyed. Now, another important thing is a lot of players see 2 peeps here, right? Especially when you have a tiger's mouth like this, and like, okay, let me peep, and then let me peep. But the thing with this peep is you have to realize, once black fixes one side, the other side is not as sente. And I'll show you what I mean. So when I peep here or here first, when I cut, it's an Atari, which means I can get the first move to continue locally. But let's say black connects, and then I peep. The difference is now when white cuts, this is not an Atari anymore. So that's why you cannot get both. So like if I did this in the game and then went here, black could just play here, or some move. And if white cuts, again, black can get the first move again. So you can only get one. And because of all the Aji on the bottom, I decided a move on the right side would help me more, because again, I can play moves like L3 later. So I play off, and then black shoulder hits, and black is starting to get some center influence. So I pincer, keep the pressure on. Black descends, and here I could just stand up and play something like this. I think this is playable. But in the game, I was just trying to put most pressure on, so I descend here. Black peeps, and then plays here. Yeah, usually I think you clamp here. It would end up being the same thing as the game. If I descend and black goes here, I would descend again, like this. And this is what I was expecting in the game. Because even when black goes here, I still descend here. Now, why would I descend here? Why would I not save this one stone? Well, I figured if I save this one stone, while black is a little weaker, my corner has more Aji with this kind of peep. And so I was really just thinking about the corner, so I played here to be like, okay, even if you capture, my corner is secure. So black jumps. And one thing I also want to notice, or I want you to notice, look at the left side. And I mean the whole left side. I mean all the way down to the corner. Just keep a mental image of how much white has on the left side right now. And just keep that in mind. I'm going to come back to this point later. Black jumps, and then plays here. And then jumps again. And so then I could get this base here. I think black shouldn't let me get this base. I think black should take away my base. It makes both of us kind of equally weak, which is a good defense. Because now that I'm also weak, I can't put as much pressure in the upper left. Once I get a base here, now I have a base and black doesn't. So I felt good getting this. And then black goes here. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this move because, one, if you didn't see my last video, one of the shapes, for the most part, you want to avoid playing is when you have the kind of like a two-colored one-space jump. playing this diagonal. Again, if you have to play it, obviously that's a different story, but in general, if I just stand up, black's shape is now weaker than my shape. So, yeah, if anything, black should just attach. That should be the move black should think about. And even disregarding that, I'm not sure what this move is really trying to do. Like, if I was black, I would maybe think about playing here. If I fix up top, now black has strengthened his center group. Black could then switch his attention to the left side. If I ignore this and maybe play on the left side somewhere, then black can play some move here, like this. And now white does have to be worried about the life and death situation. So I would probably answer here somehow. And then black could get a move on the left side. You go here, I can jump, and this, again, weakens the center group. So again, I'm not sure of the value of N16. So black goes here. Again, I thought this was weird because you're allowing me to get rid of your eye there, and my corner is very secure. But I guess black was thinking about this move here, which is not small, for sure, but yeah, it just allows me to continue jumping. Black plays here. And so where do I play? Here. So again, you can see how I'm attacking black while building the left side. And then black plays here. I think, yeah, this move is probably fine. As black, I get the feeling I want to be maybe a little more aggressive and play kind of this way, kind of build the right side on a large scale. Yeah, that's just the feeling I get here. But maybe black didn't want to strengthen me by getting this peep. This peep ever so slightly weakens black's upper left group. In that case, then again, I think black could play a move like this then. Black goes here. So I start asking questions. How are you going to answer this? So black plays there and then extends. Okay. And then, so far, I'm happy with how I'm playing, but then this move is a little too much. It's a little too hopeful. Like, in an ideal world, black would just submit and let me reduce black, something like this. But of course, black caps. And if I do continue locally, maybe I can live on the right side, but my top is starting to get isolated. So, yeah, a little too far. I should maybe play a move. Some move first in the center. Again, I'm not sure the exact move. Maybe something here. If black fixes, then I can play some reducing move, something like this. But just to shoulder hit immediately was a little too quick. So black capped. So then I'm like, okay, I can't save that. So I put pressure on the upper left. Black kicks. Extend. On a block. So again, black's securing my left side. I was very happy with this. Black Ataris. Okay. And then plays here. So I extend. So you can see black is trying to settle center group. I think here black should peep. This is threatening to push and cut because of white's liberties. If I fix somehow like this, I think the shape here is better for black. Whereas when black attaches, I get to play here. And now this move here at E11 starts to poke into black's shape there. So just extend. So again, now my left side is growing even more. Black peeps now. And then plays here. And I was thinking of doing this. But I didn't like how it was Gote. Because I knew I wanted to get G13. So I was trying to find a way to do it in Sente. I need some move there. Because even if I can... let's see. Get something with this kind of exchange. Yeah, I couldn't let black go here, I think. Maybe I could, but it feels just very risky. So even if I have to connect like this, now I think black's stronger than I am. Black's starting to get an eye here. So black was there. So I attached to fix this weakness and at least more Sente. Black could technically ignore, but obviously I would get something more compared to if I just play at a L11. There, yep, Atari. So black does the Ataris and even connects. Yeah, if black was gonna... Nah, maybe it's okay. I was gonna say maybe black should just go here, but I guess the Hane does end up working, so maybe this is fine. But I have fixed that shape, so now I Atari once, black connects, and then peep. And so this is when things start to hurt for black, because it looks like black can simply just play here, and nothing quite works for white. But there is a move that works. Look at the shape in black. And black shape there, I guess. Look at the shape in black's group, I mean. And try to find something, or try to find the weakness in black's shape. Can you see it? Well, in the game, I played here. And this is very devastating for black. Yeah. This move, simply put, works. So black tries to connect, but when I pull back, now I'm threatening to cut or connect here. And so if black connects here, then I can cut here and take the tail here. And that tail is quite big because black's still not even alive yet. Because it turns out this is a shape point in black's life and death. Yeah, so in the game, black connects, but that allows me to connect, which would force black to connect, and all of a sudden, black has no eyes. And the reason why I can cut here, by the way, is because it looks like I can get captured, but once black pushes here, this becomes an Atari. So that's the problem in black's shape here. Yeah, so I think here black made a minor mistake. Black should block this way, because I have to pull back, black can connect, and now when I connect here, black does not need to add a move to connect internally, because black doesn't care about these two stones here. Black can just run out still with maybe this kind of move. Yeah. But in the game, notice here, who gets the first move on the outside? Black does. So maybe I would go here, and then black would jump out somehow. In the game, notice black has to spend a move to connect here. Black didn't have time to play H10. What does that mean? White can play the first move in the center, which is quite big. It's quite big. And so how do you find this move? So again, I know this move is Sente no matter what, right? And then I can play here. So if I just go here, you might think, oh, there's an elephant eye, I can break that, but now I can play here. And then I can play here. So it's because I know these moves are Sente, I don't need to play them though. So I can just start with this one. Black goes here. Looking at it back, I think I can actually potentially this would kind of feel all out, which I kind of didn't want, because I can still attack black, but there is potential to do this kind of thing. But you can see white does get cut off in the center, but it looks like I would have enough liberties, right? Maybe. But basically, I could maybe push and cut, but since I can still attack the whole group, I decided against it, so I peep here. So now black fixes. So I cover. Again, black is so weak, black doesn't have time to answer these. Black plays here. I play this one. The idea with this move is I could probably continue here, but instead of poking like this, well, actually, black can poke here now that I'm thinking about it. Because now, when I cut, instead, black can capture by going here. What I was thinking, though, was black can go here, force me to play here and then come back and connect with this kind of thing. And again, my center group is actually not alive, so I do need to take care of it. So I was like, okay, let me make eyes in the center. Black Hane, so I push. Black goes there. Now I use these Sentes. And then I play here. Black connects, and then I descend. So again, remember all the way back when I had 3 stones on the left side, and I said, look at how I don't have any of the left side mapped out. This is the moment I want you to now notice how much of the left side I have mapped out, because this is the prime example of how to attack for profit. All of White's moves here were profit oriented to build the left side, right? Especially around this part here, right? When Black jumps here, I just jump again. I just answer these to build the left side, right? Okay, just extend. So this is kind of like the prime example of how to attack for profit. Because Black should not die here, but again, Black does need to worry about life and death. Go there, so descend. Black covers. Yes, push. I think here, now's the time I should go here. Because I shouldn't be thinking about invading now. So I should just make this endgame. It's quite big and definitely Sente. But I just go here. I had to go that one, I felt, because if I did this, Black could wedge. And if I Atari this way, Black can wedge here, and even if I can take, this becomes an Atari. Or even better, maybe even this one. If I Atari the other way, Black can just connect. And same kind of problems. So I felt I had to go here. Black fixes. And then I play this one. This might look small, but there is Aji for Black attacking here, and there's no way for me to keep Black separated. If I do it this way, after Black descends, cut here or cut here. And if I do it this way, can't cut there. So even if I have to descend once, like this, that's a nice reduction for Black and Sente. Then Black could come back and go here. So, yeah, that's why I went here. And it looks like we're just going to go to an endgame here. An endgame the game is surprisingly still close, because Black similarly was building the right side when attacking me in the center. So we can kind of see how both sides were profiting from attacking each other, which is kind of strange, because usually like one side is attacking and profiting while the other side's just defending. But in this game, we were doing both at the same time, so I thought that was pretty neat. Push, and then Black descends. Push. Hane. So again, we're just doing some endgame. Protect this cut. That's big. Black goes there. Hane. And then clamp. Clamp might look like a weird move, but it's basically saying, Black, if you cut me, I will connect. And even though you reduce my corner a little bit, me getting into the right side is bigger. Because if Black pushes, this becomes an Atari, and now it's I to connect. So Black just connects the clamp, and I say, okay, I'll leave it, push, and then play here. All this is doing is offering to take 2 stones. All Black needs to do is go here, and then I would pull back like this. And the reason why I felt that was big is because Black could have... when did Black have Sente? Well, it doesn't quite matter. My thought was Black could push first, and I have to block, and then Black can't cut, but now Black can fix here, or even maybe fix here, again, doing some move to fix, and now I have to connect. So Black could save those 2 stones in Sente, so I figured it was big enough to go here, take the Gote to prevent Black Sente, but then Black does something very weird and goes here. Yeah, I don't think we were in main time or overtime quite yet. So this felt weird. But yeah, just sometimes you misplay and I can go here. And Black has 2 liberties and can't do anything about it. The black just blocks. Atari. And this is even more extra bad because there is Aji in the upper right. And there was probably Aji the whole game, honestly. Like, with this kind of thing. Yeah, it looks tricky for black, doesn't it? But now it definitely, something works now for sure. Because now I can kick here. Or maybe even start by going here. And if I just black descends, then I can play here. And now this is definitely looking ko-ish, I think. Yeah. So there's now a ko up there. Because I can get P18 now in Sente. So but then we get into kind of some craziness here. So black cuts, saying, okay, this is Sente. But I push here saying, no, this is Sente. And then black pushes and says, no, this is Sente. Saying, I can kill your group. But I say, okay, this is Sente. And so black kills my group. But look what happened in the process. Look at black's left side group here. Black is now just completely cut off. And we'll see. Black peeps. And then kicks. I poke here once because, again, I can cut off the entire upper left. So black fixes. And then I block. Peep. Hane. Just jump. And all of a sudden, black just dies on the upper left in a huge way. It's literally a group spanning from E19 to D1. So maybe black knew black needed to make something happen. So black felt like black couldn't answer this. But yeah, black does end up killing the super strong lower right. But in the process, I end up capturing the lower left. Yeah, and so after this, black resigned. So yeah, pretty exciting game. I thought we were just going to go to endgame, but I guess my opponent and I both had different ideas. But yeah, this was my final round game. I won it by resign. That meant my final record for the event was 3-1. And I was pretty happy. Now, this tournament did not have any official placings because there was no official prizes. So it wasn't like I got second or third. I think I technically, just based on win rate and some of opponent scores, I got either second or third. Just based purely on that. But again, there was no prizes and there was no official placing, so I'll just say I went 3-1 and I'm happy with that. And yeah, overall pretty happy with how I played. The third round was kind of an anomaly for me. I'm not sure what happened, but well, I obviously got outfought, but I don't know why I struggled so much, I guess. I will say even this game I was playing pretty quickly. So just like my earlier round games, I just need to remember to slow down. Again, none of my games went to overtime. And we had 30 minutes main times. And I would even be surprised if any of my games went below 10 minutes. So that means my games I spent 20 minutes or less in each of them. So it's a habit I need to really work on. So yeah, but again, happy with this event and happy with how it ran, since I was helping with the brackets and help with the setting up the tournament. So yeah, pretty unfortunate news though. As I mentioned in the first video, my rank had to get readjusted since Congress because some of my games that were meant to be rated, even I think a couple years ago at this point, ended up being rated, which I lost the games. So that brought my rank back below 5-dan, which is why in this event I was playing at 5-dan. 5.9 6-dan or something, so pretty close to 6-dan anyways. But after this event, my official AGA ranking is 5.99-dan, and that's not a joke. You can look up my name on the AGA website. I am 5.99-dan right now. I might even leave a link in the description to my rating, so you can just see how I'm like 5.99 Dan. So I think that's safe to say I'm, by ratings, the strongest 5 Dan in the AGA, maybe. Do you think I can claim that? But yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, if I had beaten my dad, I would have been 6 Dan most likely, but I did not, so I have to live with being 5.99 Dan. So yeah, very excited, very happy with how I played overall, and looking forward to more events. So yeah, if you have any questions for me about this game or about anything pertaining to the tournament, please let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video.